Hello, I'm going to do the Pisces monthly energy for July. And this may or may not resonate with you. Take the parts that do, leave the parts that don't. All right, what do we got going on for Pisces in July? Gertrude. All right, so for the overall energy, we have the Four of Cups. So you're just not, kind of boredom, not interested. But there's an opportunity that comes in. In the middle, we have the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like there's something that you don't want to budge. I feel like there's something that you're kind of holding steady on. There's a situation that you're like, this is what I've decided, this is what I'm doing. But I feel like something happens that changes that for you. And it's almost like it opens the floodgates for you. I feel like you sort of had this path that you were going on. And you were like, this is what I'm going to do. This is where I'm going to go. This is how I feel. And this is how it's going to happen. And that's kind of what you had in your mind about a relationship and about how things were going to happen in this relationship. Like you were kind of, I almost feel like you were dreaming, that you were kind of imagining that this is how a relationship is going to go. This is how I get to that it's almost like a fantasy. And you were like, these are the steps that have to be taken in order for me to find this happily ever after. But I feel like that's not what's been happening. Like that's not how it's going to happen. And it's almost like because you're stuck in this way of thinking that it's almost going against you, that it's kind of hurting you in a way, and it's kind of holding you back from opportunities and relationships and people that want to come in for you, that want to have a relationship with you, but they're not the ones that it's not the way that you're dreaming, it's not the way that you're thinking, it's not the way that you've kind of fantasized about it. It's not happening the way you were thinking that it was going to. And you keep saying, no, this is the way that it has to happen. But I feel like your key here is the Hanged Man. And it's about seeing things from a different perspective. And that you have to let go of this fantasy, of this kind of daydream, this it's almost like a movie or something. Let's see. Your standards are too high. And yes, there are things that, like, you have to have like expectations on how, like, somebody has to treat you right. It has to be a partnership, you know, it has to be that kind of thing. And it's not like lowering your standards and accepting abusive behavior. But it's almost like your expectations are set so high that no one can ever achieve those, that no one can ever reach those. Okay? That I just feel like your standards are set really high. And it's almost like it's like this magical fantasy thing that you think that is going to happen. And it's chaining you down, like it's keeping you down, it's keeping you back from realizing that things don't happen that way. All right, what is this Devil card? I feel like you really have to think things through. It's almost like you're too emotional. It's like you have to be grounded. You have to come down to earth. You have to find that balance between emotional and expectations and then the mental, like the reality. And I feel like it's almost like coming back down to earth because your expectations are so high. And finding that balance between the two. Just like I was saying, is like you have to have certain expectations in a relationship. It's not like you have to give everything away. So it's not like completely lowering it, but it's almost like you're up in the clouds. It's too much with that. All right, what is this? Ace of Cups. What do you have? Okay. I feel that in order for things to move forward, it's taking off the blinders. Okay, taking off the blinders. And looking at those things that you're doing and looking at your expectations. All right, what is this Four of Cups? I feel that someone's trying to reach out to you and you're not seeing them. because your expectations are set too high. I feel like somebody's trying to connect with you. Somebody's trying to get through to you. Somebody's trying to reach you. And you're blocking them. That's you. You're like, no, you're not my fantasy. You're not how it's supposed to happen. This isn't how it's supposed to happen. You're not looking the way that you're supposed to look, or you're not acting the way that I feel you're supposed to act. And this isn't happening the way that I'm thinking that it's going to happen. So it can't be you. Like, you can't be right. Like, this can't happen. And you're stopping that, and you're blocking that. And you're not letting that happen. All right. This Hangman. You're distancing yourself. And it may be, you may have put your expectations about a relationship so high up there and so out of reach. You may be doing that on purpose, because you don't want to get hurt again, because you've gotten hurt before, and you're afraid that every person that comes in is going to do the same thing. And so you're keeping a distance. You're keeping that distance. You're saying, well, this isn't going to work because of this, and this isn't going to work because of that. And you're coming up with these excuses, and you're saying this isn't going to work, because you don't want to get hurt and you don't want to let anyone in. And you figure, well, if I have all these boxes that this person has to check off and they can't meet them, then, then I'm it's almost like a way of protecting yourself. And you're saying, well, no, they can't they can't check off all these boxes. So, I can't have a relationship with you. But I feel like there's someone around you that's trying to connect with you, and you're keeping them at a distance, and you're saying, well, no, you don't check off all these boxes, so I can't. But I feel like the true reason is because you've been hurt before. So you're trying to distance yourself. You're like, I don't want to get hurt again. And I feel like that's something that you have to look at. You have to look at, why are you making these expectations for a relationship so high and so unattainable? Why are you doing that? Why are you putting those boundaries around you? Why are you putting those walls up? What is it that you're doing? And I feel like you almost have to look at yourself and realize that that's what you're doing. You have to take a hard look at yourself and see, flip that around to where it's not what the other person is or isn't doing. Flipping that around to see, what is it that you are or you aren't doing. All right. I feel like once you do that, things can move forward, okay? Once you realize that, I feel like you have to talk this through with someone. Okay? Yeah, that's what I felt. There are these things that you have to release. You have to let them go. It's almost like you have to throw out those expectations. And you're like, you know what? I can't have those set so high, because that's holding me back. I do feel that there is someone that is trying to connect with you. I do feel there is someone trying to reach out to you, that there is someone around that is interested in you, that wants to have a relationship with you. But I do feel that you have to take a hard look at yourself and see why you're doing this, why you're having these high expectations, why you're distancing yourself, why you're keeping that distance, why you're not letting anyone get close to you. And that's what you have to look at before you can have this person. And maybe this person, is someone that you could maybe start with a friendship, and maybe you could, slowly build on that. Let's look at this Page of Cups. I'm not sure if anything's going to come out for this Page of Cups or not. I feel like it doesn't want to come out, so I don't want to force it. But I do feel that there is someone around you that is trying to reach out. I do feel this could also... No, I just feel like there's somebody. I don't want to change that up. I do feel that there's someone around you that's trying to really reach out to you, that somebody's trying to connect with you, that somebody wants to be there, and that's right near this. So I feel like there is somebody that's trying to reach out. There's somebody that's trying to connect with you. But you definitely have some work that you have to look at, these things that you're doing. And you have some things that you have to think about. But I feel like once you do that it's really going to open up a lot of opportunities and a lot of things for you. And, you have this new start and I feel like you're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel better. Because you're going to be facing those things on why you're pushing people away and you're having such high expectations. And sometimes that's a really hard thing to do, to look at what we're doing. All right. We have snake spirits. Time to heal. Okay? That's you. It's time to heal. And that's okay for you to take that time to heal. Okay? That's what you need to do first before you can have that relationship, before you can have that strong connection, before you can have this relationship that you so badly want. But then I feel like you're feeling alone, and but it's almost like you have to look at what it is that you're doing, because you're putting so high expectations that no one can meet it. But I do feel there is someone either around you now or coming in that wants to connect with you. And this is your time to heal, to focus on you. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.